Hello and welcome to Baseplate Reviews. Today we're going to do a build and review of a LEGO City Playset 60362 car wash with 243 pieces. This goes for $33 US, 40 Canadian or 18 British pounds. So definitely looks expensive in North America versus the UK. If I do a conversion at the moment for $33 US, that should come up to about £26. So £18 seems a good deal, or $33 seems a bad deal. As before, these sets do tend to be priced to discount, but that still seems somewhat expensive. Looks like this could be an interesting one. Couple of minifigs and a car, plus the car wash. I'm assuming that the car wash sign there is a sticker, but we've got these useful brush pieces, and if I flip the box around, I do like this. It does actually show the rear of the set, so we can see it's not very thick, but useful brush pieces again. And then we've got these kind of pieces used for blowers, dryers, and we seem to have some kind of functionality on the side there as well, maybe. So hopefully this is a good one. At first glance it seems like it'll be a fairly simple build. Could be mistaken for a kind of 4+, a junior set, but it is 6+. And hopefully this can be modded into something useful in a LEGO City. Anyway, let's get to it. So let's get this open, see how many bags we're working with and what the sticker sheet looks like. So we've got 4 bags plus this kind of base piece. Should form the base of the car wash itself. And it's split into 2 booklets. I'm assuming one's for the car, one's for the car wash. And this is good. It looks like we've just got the 2 stickers for the set, which is the car wash one and the number plate or license plate there. Anyway, let's get to building. So we've got a quick speed build here, and the build itself was of course for a 6+ set, all straightforward, taking me around 20 minutes to put the whole set together. There are some useful pieces in the set, including those dark grey slope pieces used for creating a round up to the car wash, and I really like the round printed drain piece used on the floor. Plus, as noted before, the brush pieces are great and appropriately bristly. So initial thoughts on this one, the car wash, are basically good but not great. I think the actual main build of the car wash is pretty good. We've got that play feature at the back where you can tilt the bubbles up and they come down pouring over the car. The car certainly goes through the car wash pretty readily. You know, I can just feed that through and it pushes up and pushes aside the brushes and rolls out the other side. There are some oddities for sure. I'm not quite sure why we've ended up with such a squared off piece of the car there. That really looks like it needs to be using some smaller pieces just to curve off the sides. Also, just as a car, it is really quite basic. There are some positives. There's some space in behind the driver and some space at the back there. You can see the stud, which can work as a parcel shelf. The minifigs are just fine. This bit that we actually built first before building the car, I think it's supposed to be maybe air for tyres, doing tyre pressure. I'm unsure why we've got a flower growing on the side. But, you know, that's fine. I don't know why it wasn't built at the same time as the main build. That was actually built before the car. So, some strange building. kind of order. The other thing with this is I did want to check whether it would work with other slightly larger vehicles. So we've got this one here, and if I put a kind of 6 stud wide car just beside it, you can see a little bit bigger. This certainly goes through. I'll push the bristles down again. Absolutely fine, no problems, goes straight through. With taller vehicles this becomes a little trickier. You just look at this in comparison. See, quite a height difference. I believe that this kind of Range Rover type vehicle will just about go through. If I push from the back, it's struggling. It is struggling. If we look at it from this side, see it's just not quite getting through the bristles there. I'm just going to move this bristle back, the one at the top, and then it will just about squeeze through. It's a tight squeeze. But what was happening there was that this bristle at the front was just getting pushed up this way instead of backwards. So we'll try with another vehicle which is pretty much the same height but a flatter kind of roof, and this really is a tight squeeze. We're nearly getting those surfboards pinned for sure, but then maybe you shouldn't be going through a car wash with your surfboards. So it's reasonable for most size vehicles. Obviously bigger ones are going to be a struggle, but I think just about okay. You might want to do a couple of modifications, maybe raise it a tile higher at the sides, which would be, oh, you can see where I've pushed through, it's come up a bit, and maybe that's in the design to give it a bit of give. It's not on there too tightly, it's just on some jumper tiles. So good play features certainly with this car, but maybe not completely compatible with all kind of minifig scale cars and vehicles. So just something to watch out for, and might well be worth raising it up a tile for sure. Overall then, I think my thoughts at the start stay the same. This is a really nice set if you can get it at those European prices, but in North America this is definitely overpriced and needs to be picked up on discount if you intend to purchase. The car is a genuine disappointment though. I know this is a 6 Plus set and I don't mind the small size of it at all, but that front hood or bonnet in UK English isn't up to scratch, and I'll be taking a look as to whether I have some pieces to be able to round it off. The front and back are a little too similar too. The minifigs are decent and do their job, and apparently we've only had the female minifigs torso in one other set, which was last year's amazing yellow Land Rover Defender. The car wash attendant is all good too, and can be used in a multitude of jobs in the city. With regards to the car wash itself, it might have been nice to have a function at the side to be able to make the brushes spin and turn, which is initially what I thought the small build at the side was going to be, but alas we don't get that. But it does actually work well in terms of feeding a vehicle through. It's ripe for being modded, just a small amount to make it a little taller and longer, and I think that's eminently doable. As I think we regularly see when the LEGO City range is away from police and firefighter playsets, it tends to do this kind of playset pretty well overall. What are your thoughts on this 2023 LEGO City playset? Have you bought it and placed it straight into a city, or would it need significant modification to bring it up to scale? Let me know in the comments below. I think I'll take a look at where it can fit into my city, and I should have some pieces to be able to bulk it up a little. If I do, I'll post a video about modding it. I hope you've enjoyed this review and found it useful. If you did, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. As always, be good.